Right now, plans for the state's largest solar farm could bring power to thousands, but some are casting shadows of doubt on the project, while they say their concerns have gone unheard.
Also, they house some of our most at-risk people when it comes to COVID, nursing homes. Why some staff in Wisconsin are lagging behind when it comes to boosters.
And later, a Sauk City woman celebrating her 100th birthday goes on the ride of her life. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. We're going to start with the weather, where we could see some severe weather tomorrow night heading into Wednesday.
Let's go now to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. He has the latest on the storms. Gary, when should we expect them to arrive?
Yeah, tomorrow night and Wednesday during the morning and probably early to mid-afternoon will be the best times for severe weather. It doesn't seem like it right now that we could see severe weather close to this time tomorrow. Visible cloud track shows mainly clear skies across Wisconsin. That gave us another nice day today. Not much in the way of precipitation around the state, just a few showers up in the northern portion of Wisconsin. Temperatures started out mild this morning. We're in the mid-40s, but because of the change from last week when temperatures were a lot colder, we're starting to ramp up now, and temperatures today reached highs in the middle 60s, 64 for the high so far in Madison and Janesville, and temperatures are right around that level now. However, as humidity levels increase, we'll see thunderstorms develop tomorrow afternoon. The best chances for severe thunderstorms tomorrow night and Wednesday. High winds, hail, can't even rule out some isolated tornadoes. So look for a low tonight of about 36 degrees with clear skies. Tomorrow the clouds will move in quickly, the winds will pick up, thunderstorms will develop in the afternoon with high temperatures in the lower 60s. I'll detail when the best chances for severe weather will be and what we can expect in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll check back in just a little while. Thank you, Gary. Instead of seeing green, some people who live in eastern Dane County are seeing red over a massive solar farm.
The Koshkonong plant will be the largest in the state, able to service roughly 60,000 homes. Will Keneally visited the area and learned why there are some folks there offering strong pushback to the now approved plans. Will?
That's right. Safety is the main concern you hear from speaking with people near Cambridge. They believe the Public Service Commission didn't hear their concerns, but since the plans have already been approved, they're left wondering what else they can do.
This is going to be, it's not going to be right on this part, it's going to be just, it's going to start coming off that corner.
Tara Vosby won't have any trouble spotting the new Koshkonong solar project. The plans for the project butt right up against her property line. She says the Public Service Commission, which approved the project last week, said it only needed to be a few hundred feet from her home, not the property line itself.
Because this property is more than 150 feet in every direction from the house, they can put it right on the property line.
Vosby says the PSC didn't listen to people's concerns, simply agreeing to the plans that the Chicago-based Invenergy presented. The solar project will take up farmland that was previously used for corn and soy crops. Vosby says she doesn't know what kind of runoff will occur from the panels once they're in. But for Paul Matthewson of Clean Wisconsin, the runoff may be better by switching from farming to solar.
A solar farm will greatly reduce that runoff of nutrients. By not having the inputs in the first place, because once it's up and running, they're not applying fertilizers to the ground.
But with the panels slated to be in place for the next few decades, the Koshkonong project will mean a cultural change as well.
I farmed over 50 years, and my theory was we should raise foods to feed the people in the world. Now we're taking top egg land and putting it into panels. I don't think it makes sense at all.
So the people I spoke with say that the PSC's openness to new solar developments could create a precedent for more projects to come. I reached out to the PSC over the residents' concern that they were not heard in the process. Spokesman Matthew Sweeney said in part, quote, "The commissioners read all of the comments and take that into the entirety of the record into consideration when determining if the project is in the public interest. Just because the commissioners didn't reach the decision that some wanted doesn't mean that their comments were not heard or considered."
Will, thank you. Bail set at $1 million for one of the men accused in that deadly shooting in front of the Dane County Jail. 25-year-old Amon Galtney charged with first-degree intentional homicide as party to a crime and attempting to operate a vehicle to flee or elude an officer. Both charges are felonies. As a condition of his bond, Galtney is not allowed to possess any type of dangerous weapon or have any contact with the family members of the victim. A preliminary hearing now scheduled for April 19th. And a criminal complaint says a former jailer allegedly sent messages soliciting sex to someone he thought was 14 years old, Travis Biddleman was fired from the Marquette County Sheriff's Office last week. Biddleman charged with 1 count of soliciting an intimate representation from a minor and 1 count of using a computer to facilitate a child sex crime. He was released on a signature bond last Friday. And a federal judge dismisses a wrongful death lawsuit filed by the family of a man who died in the Dane County Jail. That lawsuit filed over 2 years ago by the family of 37-year-old Shannon Payne. He overdosed in 2016 on what was said to be heroin that had been smuggled into the jail. Today, the judge ruled there was not enough evidence to put the case in front of a jury.
The Monroe Fire Department is looking for a new fire chief just months after hiring one. In a brief news release, the city announced Fire Chief William Erb stepped down due to personal reasons. Erb was sworn in to lead the department in January. City Administrator David Lotzbike told News 3 Now there are no open investigations regarding Erb, adding that he was sad to see the fire chief leave. He also said it's too early to say when a new chief will be appointed.
Governor Evers is visiting schools in West Bend and Weston today. It's part of his statewide tour for his Get Kids Ahead initiative, announced during his State of the State address this year. The initiative provides $15 million to support school-based mental health services in K-12 schools across the state.
There is so much work to be done, but this is absolutely a priority in this system and in this community. Our students deserve this focus, and the work that we do today will impact them not only in their near future, but well into their adulthood.
Last week, the governor announced nearly every school district across the state, including more than 450 local education agencies, would be awarded funds through the initiative.
Senator Tammy Baldwin visited the Platteville Fire Station today to highlight federal funding that she worked to bring there. Senator Baldwin helped secure a $7 million investment in federal funds for the fire station. She also toured Southwest Technical College, Fenimore, to learn how funding from the American Rescue Plan is addressing workforce needs in the state. Another Republican is retiring from the state assembly. Representative Tyler Vorpagel of Plymouth will not seek re-election this fall. Vorpagel has served in the body since 2015. He becomes the 11th assembly Republican to retire this year.
Almost all of a high-risk group of people in Wisconsin, specifically those living in nursing homes, are vaccinated, boosted, and protected. But for some staff in Wisconsin nursing homes, it's taking a bit longer to get boosted. A federal mandate's in effect for initial COVID shots for nursing home employees, though there are quite a few who qualified for religious or medical exemptions. When it comes to the boosters, though, only about 48% of already vaxxed nursing home staff have gotten that extra shot. That's around the nationwide average, but still well below the general vaxxed population booster rate in Wisconsin.
As we talk to our directors of nursing in the field, there is vaccine fatigue out there. And so people have said, I'll get vaccinated, but I'm gonna delay or think about or put off being boosted.
It varies widely by region. Many of Dane County's nursing homes have high booster rates, while more rural homes tend to lag. The federal government allows you to look up the staff and resident vaccination rates of any nursing home. You can find a link to their database at channel3000.com.
A statue honoring the highest-ranking Wisconsin soldier to die in the Civil War will be rededicated during Memorial Day weekend. The statue of Colonel Hans Christian Hegg had stood outside of the state capitol's King Street entrance since 1926. Both the statue along with the Lady Forward statue were torn down by protesters in the summer of 2020 following the arrest of a prominent Madison activist. The rededication ceremony will be held Sunday, May 29th at 1 p.m. at the King Street entrance. For the first time in 2 years, Fort McCoy is opening its doors for an Armed Forces Day open house. The event will be held on May 21st from 9 to 3. It's free and open to the public. Adults should bring a photo ID and proof of insurance. Attendees will get to see the base's History Center, World War II era buildings, Equipment Park, and the Veterans Memorial Plaza.
Resurfacing underway on Highway 18151 in Dane County. Crews will be working on an 8-mile stretch. That's between the Dane and Iowa County line and Town Hall Road in Mount Horeb. It's part of Governor Evers' investment into Wisconsin roads. During construction, traffic will be reduced to 1 lane each way, scheduled to be finished by November. And still ahead, getting your teenager out of bed for school, it's easier said than done. How new research is pushing for later school times.
Plus, raising money for sexual assault victims, 1 cup of coffee at a time, where you can go to help out in the campaign.
renovate your home. And right now, during Steinhoffel's Room Design event, you can save up to 50% on all the latest styles and trends. And with Steinhoffel's decorating solutions, our designers will help make refreshing your home a breeze. Steinhoffel's has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses, all under one roof. It's the Room Design event. Relax, it's Steinhoffel's.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Govin Cars is having a huge spring sale with the largest selection of trucks in Dane County with the best prices. Don't miss out on getting a great deal on your next truck. Ram 1500s, Chevy Silverados, and Ford F-150s that are all discounted to sell. We have the largest selection of discounted trucks for this spring sale. So just come on in and ask for me, Crystal the Pistol Govin. Go to Govin Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Govin, GovinCars.com.
With broken supply chains and lives disrupted, businesses like Amazon have invested to deliver on time for you and help hundreds of thousands of small businesses gain access to millions of online shoppers. But Washington politicians have a law that could break Prime's guaranteed 2-day free delivery and threaten our fragile economic recovery. Tell your senators, don't break our Prime. Oppose S 2992. Paid for by CCIA.
A local coffee roaster looking to raise money for victims of sexual assault. JBC Coffee Roasters partnering with the Rape Crisis Center for its Blossom Blend campaign. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. The Blossom Blend campaign benefits organizations that are working to make the world a better place.
The fundraisers are going great. We were able to donate $1,000 to the Dane County Humane Society for our first one, hoping to raise a good amount for the Rape Crisis Center this time around. And it feels really good to know that we're able to help different organizations that are really making a difference.
Blossom Blend sales will run April 8th through the 22nd at jbccoffeeroasters.com. 50% of proceeds for each sale will go directly to the Rape Crisis Center.
For many parents, getting your kids out of bed for school can be a real hassle, but new research suggests starting the school day later can have big benefits for the whole family. Researchers say many middle and high schools begin too early. Only about 20% of U.S. high schools start at or after 8:30 a.m. That's the time recommended by the American Academy of Pediatrics. Researchers partnered with a large district near Denver, adjusting middle and high school start times 50 to 70 minutes later.
What we found was that these parents were reporting later wake times similar to their students and an increase in the amount of sleep that they were obtaining.
As part of the study, elementary schools started an hour earlier to accommodate the time changes for the middle and high schools. Researchers found that parents of the elementary students maintained their sleep habits, moving bedtimes and wake-up times slightly earlier.
A Sauk County woman's wish granted for her 100th birthday.
When we come back, how she celebrated her big day and how it connects with her family. And we're tracking some severe storms heading toward us this week. Gary will break down when they'll get here and what to expect when we come back.
It's Terrific Tuesdays at Hy-Vee. This Tuesday, get Hy-Vee butter, only 99 cents. And dine in at Market Grill and get a tenderloin for only $5. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
When we bought this house, we knew we wanted our backyard to shine. And Menard's huge selection helped us achieve that. They had everything we needed for those summer grill outs. Plenty of seating for entertaining all our friends. Fire pits for cozying up. And bistros for when it's just us. Our backyard is the place to be. And we have Menard's to thank for that. Right now, get this 3-piece wood bistro set for just $169 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Don't get stuck with internet and TV that costs more and does less. Set yourself free with Spectrum and get it all from one provider. Get Spectrum Internet with enough speed for all your devices all at once with speeds of 200 megabits.
Whoa, that's fast.
Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep you safe online. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. And don't get stuck with the same old TV. Multiply your screens. Spectrum TV with a free Spectrum TV app lets you watch here, there, and everywhere. Stream live TV, sports, news, and more on any device. Plus, access up to 85,000 on-demand titles. Get Spectrum TV from $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. Don't get stuck paying more for less. Pick and choose the services you need. Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each. All with no contracts. Call 833-605-4999.
At Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that a lush, beautiful lawn should be enjoyed by the whole family. That's why we offer a kid and pet-friendly program to create a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn that your whole family can enjoy. Our program includes effective applications of targeted weed control and slow-release golf course quality fertilizer to achieve real results. Call or click today for your free quote, or sign up now and see the Weedman difference. Doesn't your family deserve a Weedman lawn?
It's Terrific Tuesdays at Hy-Vee. This Tuesday, get Hy-Vee butter, only 99 cents. And dine in at Market Grill and get a tenderloin for only $5. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Well, not many people can say they've made it to 100 years old.
But for one woman in the 608, age is just a number. Josh Sprider has her story from Sauk City.
How you doing today, Grandma? Fidelia Brunig is always on the move. Even her biggest birthday yet,
I'm full 100.
couldn't stop her. Dale, as everyone calls her, turned 100 years young this month, and on that day, she had one wish.
They said I was going to ride the fire truck. You know, I started seeing that a while back already, but now I'm not so sure.
Well, signage and all, her family went all out, with a big red fire truck waiting for her right outside of Maplewood of Sauk Prairie.
I'm fascinated with it, just like my kids. You know, that they belong to these things and members. And
firefighting is in her family's blood. Her son, Doug, the former Sauk City fire chief, helping make her dream come true.
They tell me now it's a pretty big step, but then again, they said they could just all pick me up and set me there.
All right. Street by street, Dale, along with her 4 kids, paraded around Sauk City, where she's lived for 76 years, passing schools with waving students. The house she still owns and lived in up until last year, and even Culver's headquarters. Giving Dale the birthday shout-out she deserves.
You have no idea how precious my kids are to me. I will do anything that I'd have to do.
She's also not afraid to admit her stubbornness.
It's set in my ways, and boy, oh boy. And when they put something together, I always have to look at it, and if it's done the way it should be done.
When I asked Dale what advice she has for the rest of us in living a long and happy life, she told me, don't sit still and eat well.
Right now I don't eat quite so much, but boy, could I shovel it down. Stay active, busy, and keep moving.
Happy birthday,
Yes.
Dale. Keep moving. Along with her 4 children, Dale has 7 grandchildren and 14 great-grandchildren.
She's also a breast cancer survivor and made it through a heart attack last year. Happy birthday, Dale, from all of us. Some severe weather is heading our way this week. Let's go back to Gary for the complete forecast.
Yeah, it could be here as early as 24 hours from now. We have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow night into Wednesday for the possibility for high winds, hail, and perhaps even some isolated tornadoes as the first major spring storm system, severe weather-wise, heads in our direction. We had some earlier in March, but we were kind of on the northern fringes of that. You can see on Doppler track just a few light showers up in northern Wisconsin. The state is still pretty dry. The air needs to moisten up before we can start seeing some thunderstorms, but that will happen later tonight and through the day tomorrow. The severe weather threat from the Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk of severe thunderstorms, a level 2 from Madison westward, east of Madison, a level 1 or marginal risk for isolated severe thunderstorms. Highest tornado threat across Iowa. In this hatched area, the potential for some strong EF2 or stronger tornadoes, but there is at least a minimal tornado threat into southern Wisconsin tomorrow night. The hail threat, again, more to the west, the highest probability of large hail, 2 inches in diameter or greater, again in the hatched area, but we can't rule out some hail here, and then also some strong winds as well. Winds of 60 miles per hour or greater, highest threat across parts of western Iowa. On Wednesday, the severe weather threat moves eastward, a slight risk of severe thunderstorms over much of southern Wisconsin. The timing of a cold front will be critical. The later in the afternoon it comes through, the greater the threat for severe weather. The earlier it comes through, the lesser the threat for severe weather. And you can see this on future track beginning just after noon tomorrow. Scattered showers and thunderstorms move in during the afternoon. An outside chance there could be a stronger thunderstorm, but the better chances come tomorrow night as a warm front lifts northward. North of the warm front, temperatures will be cold enough for mainly hail for the threat, but along and south of the front, the potential is there for an isolated tornado. Then as we head into Wednesday, notice the cold front out to the west in Iowa. Another round of thunderstorms developing along that. It'll be probably late morning, early afternoon as that front moves eastward. This is noon, and you can see the storms just starting to develop. The better chances for storms will be in the early to mid-afternoon. Again, if the front's farther to the east, the severe weather threat is farther to the east. Farther to the west, we have a greater risk here. So the timing is everything on that. At least we're not on the backside of the storm where blizzard warnings are in effect for parts of western North Dakota. They could see 1 to 2 feet of snow and 50-mile-an-hour winds. There are also high wind warnings and advisories and a high wind watch over parts of the plain states. And we may need some wind advisories or warnings on Thursday because we could see some wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour during the day after the colder air starts to arrive. Temperatures right now, 60s here, 60s to around 70 to the south, but dew point temperatures are starting to climb south of St. Louis. That's the moisture heading northward. So even though it's dry now, the dew point temperatures will go up and the thunderstorm chances will go up as well. 62 for a high tomorrow. Windy southeast of the winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. Again, one round during the afternoon into the evening and overnight hours. Then everything kind of lifts to the north. A little bit of a break Wednesday morning, and then more storms developing late Wednesday morning into Wednesday afternoon. That's when the highest severe weather threat is. Once the cold front moves by, the temperatures start to fall and the severe weather threat comes to an end. Rainfall amounts pretty healthy, 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches generally. There could be some locally higher amounts and a heavier thunderstorm, but once the cold front comes through, we drop back 20 degrees on Thursday. Again, very strong winds a possibility. Temperatures stay chilly through the Easter weekend, maybe a rain snow shower chance on Monday, and then temperatures warm up toward the end of next week.
The loss of Coach Gary Brown. Coming up next in sports, we're going to hear from the current Badgers on how this late coach left a lasting impact.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
In the military, we call it dereliction of duty. Ron Johnson is supposed to serve Wisconsin. Instead, he served himself. An investigation found Ron Johnson pushed through a special tax loophole that benefited his own family's business. Then he cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since taking office. That's a dereliction of duty. Tell Ron Johnson to stop passing tax laws that benefit himself.
I got nothing to eat.
Nothing.
Hold on, I can do something.
Turning nothing into something.
Turning nothing into something. It's amazing what you can do with nothing and a little Hellman's.
No way. Gary got the skag. Oh, look at that thing mow. I wonder if he'll let me borrow it. Yep, mower envy. I gotta get one too.
The moment you know you want a skag.
Skag. Simply the best.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living, and through no fault of their own, they're being left behind? If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Impatience is a virtue. When you know what you want, waiting isn't an option.
New Balance Madison, we got now. If you have a bike you're not riding anymore, we know a kid in the 608 who would love to have it.
Josh Ryder shares how you can help a local group give kids their first set of wheels.
And the chance for severe weather on Wednesday continues to increase. We'll track that tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
It's a day of remembering for Wisconsin football as the team mourns the death of assistant coach Gary Brown, who lost his battle with cancer last night. Brown, who served as the Cowboys running backs coach from 2013 to 2019, joined Wisconsin's program last season, coaching the same position. Before the Badgers competed in the Las Vegas Bowl in December, the 52-year-old coach took a leave from the team. Now today, current Badgers shared their memories of Brown and the legacy he leaves behind.
He definitely left an impact on me. He left an impact on this team. You know, he's a great guy, you know, and I wish that, you know, everybody that didn't get to meet him got to meet him, you know, because I think a 5-minute conversation with him was everything to me.
He had that mentality, like, I'm going to cherish every day and give my best foot every day. So I feel like even more so now that he's gone, we're going to take that approach in everything that we're doing.
The road trip continues for the Brewers now on the East Coast, facing the Orioles for 3. The crew finds themselves in some hot water early on. Bases juiced in the second. Cedric Mullins drops one into center, and that drives in 2. But offense goes quiet for both teams. Brewers struggle to produce the big hit this afternoon. Baltimore picks up its first win of the season. Squads are back in action tomorrow at 6:05 for Game 2. And this Friday, the Brewers are going to honor Corbin Burns and Josh Hader with their 2021 awards during a pregame ceremony. Burns will receive his National League Cy Young Award, while Hader is presented his NL Reliever of the Year award. Ceremony begins at 7, followed by Game 2 with the Cardinals, and the Brew Crew's home opener is set for this Thursday. The Greek Freak's resume continues to grow. This afternoon, the league announced that Giannis is being named to the all-time NBA European first team. During the regular season, the two-time MVP averaged almost 30 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. And now it's time to focus on the postseason. Bucks earned the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference and will face Chicago in the first round of the playoffs. The Bucks swept the regular season series, and in their last 17 games with the Bulls, the Deer are 16-1. Game 1 is set to be played at Pfizer Forum on Sunday. Tip-off is to be determined.
Better off being the 3 seed than the 2. You know,
yes.
You don't get the Nets in the first. All right, Gary, maybe some storms rolling our way tomorrow.
Yeah, alert day in the forecast tomorrow night and Wednesday for the possibility for high winds, hail, perhaps an isolated tornado as well.
Gary, thank you, and thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you.